It's time for Tuesday Tips. Heather Baker is here tonight with CPR tips to help us be able to help save lives. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, we met you earlier this year when you were fantastically named the Remarkable Woman of the Rockford area.
Thank you.
And this is always, well, not always, this has been your thing though for quite some time.
It has been my thing about 7 years now. So CPR training is so important, and it is Sudden Cardiac Arrest Awareness Month, so I'm so excited to be able to talk to you about it.
Yeah, Heather's Heart Squad is what you've been working on. How many people have you helped, train or be able to be in a position to save people's lives?
Yeah, unofficially, I've trained about 5,000 people to do CPR and AED. So yeah, adding all the watchers here tonight to that tally.
So tell people why it's so important to be able to do this. And of course, you can be actually CPR trained and certified, which takes a lengthy amount of time, right? You're going to take a couple hours. I don't know exactly, when that happens for different communities, but even just knowing is so important, right? Even if you're not actually CPR certified.
Absolutely. I like to say that the gold standard would be to have a certification course through the American Heart Association or the Red Cross, but that's about 2.5 hours of time, and there is a fee associated with it. But you can save a life with just watching a free YouTube video on how to do CPR or watching this segment today. And sudden cardiac arrest impacts about 350,000 people each year, and 70% of those victims, the sudden cardiac arrest happens in the home.
Okay.
So when you're learning CPR, it's not just about saving a stranger's life, it's likely that it could be one of your loved ones.
Yeah. For anyone who missed when you were here in April, can you briefly tell us why this is so important to you?
Sure. This became my mission back on February 1st, 2018, when I experienced sudden cardiac arrest at the age of 28 when I was working at Pecatonica School District. I was 28, perfectly healthy, and collapsed mid-sentence in a meeting with no warning signs. My coworkers were able to do CPR and use the AED to shock me 3 times and bring me back to life, and that's why this is so important to me.
Yeah.
Less than 10% of victims survive sudden cardiac arrest because they need CPR within the first 3 to 5 minutes.
Okay.
And most people don't know what to do or what sudden cardiac arrest looks like. So I'm hoping I can tell you about that today.
Yeah, okay, so how do we know that someone needs us, I guess?
Sure. So in the event of a sudden cardiac arrest, the first thing you're going to notice is that person is suddenly unresponsive. They're not answering to you, they've collapsed. Oftentimes they're gasping for air. It's called agonal breathing. So they're not breathing normally, but for about 30 seconds, their body's going to try to get air. So it's going to be gasping. Oftentimes there's seizure-like activity for the first 30 seconds, and oftentimes their eyes are open and fluttering.
Okay.
But the biggest thing is, if that person collapses and they're not responding to you, I want you to assume that they need CPR and start it right away. So you'd say, hey, Anakin, I call my mannequin Anakin. So Anakin the mannequin, hey, are you okay? They don't respond. I'm gonna call 911, put it on speaker, and I'm gonna start CPR right away.
Okay.
So to do that, you wanna put the person on a firm surface, preferably the ground. Michelle and I are a little bit low here, but you would wanna put this person down on the ground, expose the chest so that you can see what you're doing. You're gonna put the hands in the center of the chest. You're gonna keep your elbows straight, and you're just gonna push hard and fast in the center of the chest, and you're gonna keep going until an AED arrives or until paramedics arrive.
Okay. So we've heard a lot of songs that you want to go to the beat of. What do you like to tell people?
Yes. Well, I am an elementary school principal, so I do like to use Baby Shark because I say it's one that's going to get stuck in your head.
Yeah.
But my new favorite is Pink Pony Club.
Oh.
You can also use Not Like Us. There's a lot of cool songs. American Heart Association has on their social media a whole playlist. So you can go there to find whatever song suits you. But Staying Alive works if you like the oldies.
Yes, and you have to do it very hard, right?
You do. You have to push pretty hard, about 2 inches deep.
Okay.
And so you're going to be pushing hard. You're going to work up a sweat, and that's why it helps to keep the elbows straight.
Okay.
And you're going to push with the whole force of your body. And again, we're a little too low to be able to fully get into it.
But even on my tippy toes, I mean, this is hard.
But I always say that doing something is better than nothing. When you're doing CPR, you're pushing on the chest, and it's compressing the heart. So what that's doing is it's pushing blood through your body, which is carrying oxygen. So your brain and your vital organs are hopefully getting some oxygen. So whatever you do is better than nothing. Just try something. And then, like I mentioned, if there is an AED, this is an amazing Zoll, and I'm going to shout out AED Essentials here in Rockford if you're looking to get an AED. But an AED is what you really need to save that person's life. So if there is one in the area, as soon as somebody brings it to you, you're going to stop what you're doing, turn this on, and it's going to tell you exactly what to do. It just speaks to you, so you can't mess up, you can't shock somebody who doesn't need it. This Zoll I really love. It's new, and it even has a video screen that will show you what to do. So the technology just keeps advancing, but CPR, at the minimum, hands-only CPR is what you need to be able to save a life.
Okay, and if you're getting tired, just call for help and have somebody else
Absolutely.
come in for you.
If somebody else is there, tell them I need to tap out, I need help, and switch it up until first responders arrive.
Where can we follow along with your journey in Heather's Heart Squad in case anyone wants to have you teach them and the masses?
I would love to. I do a lot of informational videos at Heather's Heart Squad on Instagram, Facebook, a little bit on TikTok I dabble in, but you can always reach out to the American Heart Association if you're interested in taking classes. And I do certification classes as well. So if you want something informal, we can do that, but if you need a certification card, I can do that too.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Such an important segment to be able to talk about today. We'll be right back with another GDS Weekly Teacher Check-In. Don't go anywhere.